and Hadrian's back. Nothing bad happened to him.
Adrian is back. Nothing bad happened. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 2 of the Vosh'ra campaign. We have our full crew here tonight, and just give everybody a quick backstory of what happened last episode. It appears that Brack, the gentleman that the gruff veteran dwarf that accompanied our group with their first job, helped them through the ambush and helped them complete their job, but then got accused of killing the woman that he loved and turned out to actually be his fiance. To keep it professional, they kept it on the hush hush. But so our group is back in Goldwater Bay, staying at the very ritzy inn, and the Brack found them. He came in very dirty and just filthy, and he cleaned himself up. And they had some information about who possibly could have been the person that murdered his fiance. And the summons came for the entire group to come to. It was a volunteer basis for 35 gold apiece, to appear as witnesses for the trial of the squad that ambushed multiple people to steal their scrolls in order to get their money. Clement and Brack are going to go off and sneak off and try to find the person that was a part of the squad that has not been found yet. The squad that has been ambushing people. There's a young lady who has not been found, and she might have answers on who could be the perpetrator of, or who actually the murderer is, if she is not the murderer herself. The group was leaving to go to, I believe you were on your way to the to what we call the seats, and that is basically the area. I'll get more into detail of that. But the seat is one of the seats is the seat of Judgement, which is where they keep their trials, their military, their court-martials and stuff of that nature. So other than that, Doug, that's where we left off. Everyone else, that's where we left off. There is a splitting of the party right now a little bit. Clement, you're with Brack. I believe y'all are still at the hotel. Helping try to devise a plan, and the other 3 are heading off to the trial. So, tell you what we could do here is, let's go ahead and I would say you and I, Doug, we will start tonight together.
Okay.
So Brack came in and covered in mud, covered in gook, just completely filthy, without his clothes, without his scrolls, without his bag, nothing on his person except for some ratty clothes. He cleaned himself up and said that there's a few. Let me see here, the young lady's name that we are all looking for. Excuse me. That would be Yana Olina. She's a private in the Royal Navy or the Royal Army, and she was a part of that group that ambushed y'all. That were dressed up as the trio.
Okay.
That's the one person they have not found in their squad is them. They of course, they have the decapitated lady that Hadrian dispatched. She's been identified, and I believe there's 3 missing people: Private Gordy Famel, Private Quiddy Gorbin, and Yana Elena. It's basically been determined since Brack kind of knew these people that Gordy and Quiddy didn't really have the chops to do this. So either they're still missing, or all three of those people are still missing. But
Okay.
but Brack's knowledge of Gordy and Quiddy pretty much means they're not going to be able to do anything. So they're not an issue right now as far as that goes. It's like the one person we're looking for is Yana Elena. So Brack wakes up in the morning. Y'all have already eaten breakfast. So if you have any kind of morning ritual you want to go through, you can.
Clement will just kind of go outside and assess the day. What's the weather like today?
It's the same as any tropical environment. It's around 72, 75 degrees. Humid.
Okay.
Nice cool breeze coming off the ocean this morning. So
All right. He'll just take in the surrounding air, take a few deep breaths, and go inside and go to Brack.
okay. He's kind of, but now that they're gone, I don't know. There's a lot of places she could be, but I don't really think we can. We can't be seen much. I don't have many clothes. Do y'all have anything I can, maybe like a cloak or something I can put over? And you can see that he's kind of shaved himself a little bit. Kind of didn't dye his hair any, but you can tell he had his beard's kind of been shaven and it's like new, like big old chops now instead of a full beard. Trying to disguise himself as best as he can.
Well, let's see. Let me look in my bag. I might have something you could possibly fit. Maybe some just traveling clothes. Yeah, let me take a look.
That'd be great. That'd be great. So, while you're doing that, the trial's going to be going on. It's not going to take long. The trials here last maybe 15, 20 minutes. They pretty much know that these guys are guilty, and it's going to be a quick buck for those guys. But there's a lot for me, for my hopefully alive. Right now, it looks like they were offering 200 gold pieces for the capture of me. And this is true. If you look in your scroll, it basically gives you all the names of it gives you the 35 gold pieces to show up to give your testimony at the trial. It also says Brack wanted for questioning on murder on death of what's her name? Gwenna. That's right, Gwenna. And she offering 200 gold pieces for the capture. Any information on the capture of Brack himself. So.
Okay.
Because, well, there's going to be a lot of people looking for me because that went out to everybody with the scroll on the island itself. So.
Understand. So Brack.
Yes.
Where do you think would be the best place to look for this individual?
Well, everyone knows that they're looking for her. So the only place I can think of is she's going to try and probably get off the island as quick as possible. I mean, I would. But there's only one way off the island, and that's through the dockmaster. You try to sneak off the island, and he kind of starts looking down and just, well, let me just say that you try to sneak off this island, and you're never going to be the same again. And he kind of points to your neck and his neck.
I understand.
This thing. It's a powerful thing. It can hurt. It can help. It can kill. They don't tell you that on the boat.
Well, it's a little too late for that now, right? So,
Yes, it is.
I guess let's let's try to make you up and make you not look like this, and then let's possibly go down to the docks and see if we can find something.
Sounds like a game plan. Let's do it. Okay. So y'all get together, try to doll him up just as much as possible. So go ahead and do a let's do a performance check to see how well you can disguise him with advantage because he's going to help you.
Okay. 17.
17. All right. So the way I do that is if anyone suspects, the way I do this is so what everyone knows. It's kind of a competition thing. If anyone suspects with a passive perception that's 17 or higher, I have them do a check, an insight check, or a perception check, or something like that, to contest that 17. If they roll 17 or higher, they know who the person is. Just FYI. That is basically the DC that you just made.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right, back to the other group. Let me get my music going. I've been working on the music, so y'all are in town, walking through town. Y'all know about this more than you're very familiar with this area. The seats, very easy to find. A very large building close to the center of town. You'll have a few minutes. It's 8 o'clock whenever the trial starts. And it's about 7:30. It only takes about 5 minutes to walk there. So as y'all are walking through town, you can kind of now, since you're not rushed, like Brack kind of rushed y'all through town before, you can actually now see that this town is bustling with economy is very good here. You see a lot of military, but you see a bunch of kids, a bunch of people with rundas, without rundas, people working constantly. You can see like little sideshows and little festivals. You go into a town square, and there's like a little farmer's market there. I say little. It's a very huge farmer's market with fresh fish, vegetables, meats, all kinds, brews, ales. I mean, it's almost like a fair in town without the rides and everything. But you have performers out there, and just seems like a very 7:30 in the morning. You're like, wow, this place is already popping. So. But as far as the structures go, you can see that everything is stone and wood, and carvings are very, very ornamental as far as oceanic. I mean, you can see carvings of fishes, like on the trims of the houses. You see pillars that are carved that look like coral, or swirling like an octopus or something like that, where people have taken their time to make things look real nice there. The walkways are nice paved cobblestone mixed in with some of the sand that you see from the grid. So they're kind of like a brown cobblestone with gold kind of like inlaid in. It's really beautiful. And the music I had, there's fireworks going off. There's no fireworks going off, but who cares? Maybe there are fireworks going off. You don't know. Sounds like Saturn missiles going off, but so it takes y'all a few minutes, and then y'all come to the front of the unless y'all want to do something before. So I'll say y'all are in the middle of town in the square. If there's anything y'all want to do before the trials, go ahead.
There's plenty I wanted to do, but I don't have any money. So
You do have money. Remember, you do have money. Remember, the way that works is it's if you want to spend some of your money, you have to give the like the register lady or person your scroll, and they will mark off what you owe them.
Well, granted, we're thinking like along the lines of the hotel room. We're probably broke right now.
Oh. Well, remember, Brack said he had the money to pay for it, but you have to find his stuff. You have to go get his stuff.
Do we get paid for the job taking the goods to the mine? Is that money already on our account?
Yeah, it should be.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
so you're saying I have like a credit card basically on as that
It's
scroll.
basically a debit card. You have a debit card.
I have a debit card. How do I get a credit card? Can I apply for one?
The future
I don't
is
plan
now.
on living here forever.
It's a
Get
Goldwater Trust Fund. You gotta go to Gold Fargo. You gotta go to Gold Fargo.
In that
Really about it.
Chase.
So we actually I have 35 more gold than what I thought I did, because which I'll add that right now.
But
So
yeah,
we're in town, walking
I
toward
am-
the seats, and you'll see all the stuff going on. Y'all can just walk through town if y'all want to, or you can stop and
I'm just going straight there.
peruse.
I might give like a couple of V's to bystanders. Show off a little bit.
Shake your tail a little bit.
Yeah, man.
I have to keep up the facade, but I got to keep up the notion that Orin is a king, so I will be walking in front of him, slightly to the side, and just making sure people kind of know that we're big stuff. You know, we are to be
So you're gonna puff up your chest a little bit.
puff up the chest, make sure people move, not be too aggressive, don't want to cause a scene, but
Right.
yeah, get out the way.
Move aside.
Yes, move aside, sir.
Let the
King
centaur
Orin.
through.
Yes.
So,
You realize you're in the presence of royalty?
so this actually might be a good time. We did not do this in the first stream or the first episode. Is describing yourselves.
Oh.
So maybe Your Highness, you would like to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
first?
Your Highness, Your Royalty, Majesty, King Orin. Orin, at least, just so I don't go over my words, I have a description written here. Orin is a centaur of taller height, yes, lesser weight than average. He is well shaven and has a chin that could cut diamonds and a hairless chest. His hair is long, wavy, and blonde and extends down to his abdomen. His human skin is white, while his horse hide is cream colored with white splotches. He wears no clothing, but he is adorned with several necklaces given to him from his temple, and 2 piercings on either ear with feathers that hang down from them. His eyes are multicolored. One is blue, and the other one is golden, touched by his divine patron. That is Orin.
Thank you.
Hadrian is a pretty tough looking guy. He's about 6'3", so fairly tall. He's young, but you wouldn't think that looking at him. He's, looks pretty serious most of the time, at least especially right now. He's muscular, but not like bodybuilder big. Just you can tell he's strong. Has brown, short cropped hair. His skin's pretty tanned from being out in the sun all the time. And he has brown eyes. And he wears mostly leather coat, deerskin pants, that type of thing. You're just basic looking mercenary.
Okay, thank you.
Ip Stillwater is a half elf. He's got short, neat hair. He's got a goatee red goatee that is hiding. You just barely see the outline of a real deep scar that he tries to hide with that. Sleeveless shirt. He's got tattoos starting on the side of his shoulder, going down all the way to palms of his hands on both sides. Kind of drab color shirt and shorts, and the same tattoo design that's on his shoulders and arms or on his knees down to his toes. He walks barefoot, and he carries a staff, but it's actually a shepherd's crook. It's got a little hook on the top of it. That's what he walks around with, and he has a faithful sidekick, what the, which is a clockwork goldfish. Um, seems to talk to him, but nobody else ever hears him speak, and so that's Ib Stillwater.
Clement, you want to go ahead?
Clement is a Air Genasi. He's about 6 foot tall. He's a little stocky, but he's kind of a little underweight. You know, he's a little bit skinny. You know, like broad chest. He's got light blue eyes, a very almost unibrow going on, if you know what I mean. Square jaw. His hair is pale white. His skin is also very pale. And then peeking up like from his neckline is like almost like blue splotches. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. All right. Okie dokie. So if y'all do not need to go through anything in town, just we will make our way up to the seats. Now, whenever y'all get there, you have no problem at all determining exactly where you're at. The seats actually is a very huge. It looks almost like a huge courthouse, like you would like in today's time. The thing is, there's the most distinguishable feature about it is the 7 pillars that are associated with the very pronounced as far as the how can I say it, how to determine what that building really is. Each seat, I'm going to pull up some information here. Each seat, the first one that you see is very simple. You see like a plaque, a huge plaque on the base of each one of them. And as y'all walk up and you just kind of look down the row, you look at one of them and you see one that says the seat of judgment. To the right, you see seat of power. And then to the left of to the seat of judgment, you see the pillar. You can clearly make out saying seat of war. And then you see a little bit further past the seat of power, you see seat of agriculture. And each one of them are adorned with basically someone holding, the pillar looks like someone kind of kneeling, holding up the ceiling. And each one of them has a name. And it always says, the first judge. It gives the name. So the seat of judgment says the first judge, Ivan Zanush. On the seat of power, you can just make out that one saying, first judge, Joan Vosh. And like, Vosh. You've met another Vosh before as well. The Dogmaster. Ishka Vosh. You can just make out one at the seat of war. And it says, Judge, first judge, Brutus Highgard. And this looked like kind of almost looks like Brack almost. It's these statues are made from marble and almost like goldy veins that you can kind of tell they got from the sand itself. You can definitely tell in this town of Goldwater that the sand is mixed into almost everything because it looks like gold dust, right? So these marble statues are kind of like all veined out with this gold sparkling dust, and so as y'all pass these, you can see that there's all these pillars. Excuse me, all these pillars, and then two huge doors in front of you, already open. And when you walk in, I would say the ceilings here are about 40 to 50 feet high. The door itself was about half of that, about 25 feet high. Huge, almost like the same way when you came into the dock and you went through what's it called? Already forgot. The port of entry. All the carvings on the walls and the two dolphins. You can see along these walls is very simply 3 doors, and the actual building is probably maybe 300 feet long. Massive building. And then there's 3 doors on each side, and then one main door in the middle. And then you can see plainly in like a gold plaque above these huge doors is Seat of Judgment.
I would take a guess that that's where we need to go.
It certainly seems so. Is Adrian still with us?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Move aside.
Yep. Cool.
No, I'm taking my job very seriously. I'm just like still, looking around.
Oh yeah. So I mean, as y'all are walking through, I mean, it's not like the most people getting the most looks are definitely going to be Oren. Oren is he is a very. It's almost like he was meant.
Ooh, that's
to
gonna
here,
be amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's
with his golden hair and golden mane, and I mean, just people are almost like, I can see why he's royalty, So they think that he is some part of the Vosh'ra or the Vosh bloodline, perhaps. Who knows? So we kind of see people kind of like as you're saying, please step aside. People that kind of like looking at you, then can kind of, I mean, everyone's kind of baffled, like they don't know who this guy is, especially when he has a runda on, So it's like, how is he royalty and have a runda on? But no one's questioning it. No one's saying anything. They're just all kind of like baffled, and some are like, "Oh, wow," like, oh, and some people actually, oh, Your Highness, Your Majesty. So the Royal Guard, they don't do anything. So you see many of them, like at each door, at each corner of the door, you see the Royal Guard just posted there on each end. And you see people coming in and out. You see some of the doors slam, like you go into the Seat of Agriculture. When you look up, when you look in, you can see a person sitting up at this huge, almost like what you would see normally as far as what you would see normally in a courthouse or in a courtroom. You have rows of chairs people are sitting on, and then you have a place for the defendant and one for the plaintiff. That's how it goes, right? I think so.
Mm-hmm. Not that
for
I
the
would
prosecutor and the defender, whatever. So, not that I would know. And then, of course, a seat for the Judge him or herself. So, you look in there, and just before they start closing the doors, you can see a person standing in front of the seat of agriculture, just one person in the middle, and then two people on the side of her. You're thinking seat of agriculture. I mean, y'all don't know much about any of this, so pretty much you can just guess that the seat of judgment is for military, for court martials and normal civil and criminal judgments. So I would say about this time it's I would say it's getting just kind of walking up and looking around. We'll say it's close to 8 o'clock, and you hear someone from that room yell out, "Martial trial, 109th Judge Von Reem presiding. Anyone else needs to be in here for the judgment. Please step inside."
We need to go get the good seats up front where we can hear.
I'm pretty sure you can probably hear from the back too, Lip.
Or you're not going
Nonsense.
to get
The
us.
king will have the front.
Can't sit. Tried that
Doesn't-
once. Didn't work
doesn't
out too well.
Well, you're definitely not going to be looking over the heads of your lessers, my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let them escort me in.
Okay. So the gentleman that comes up,
Were we disarmed before we came in here?
disarm? I would say no, but honestly, I mean, they're not really worried if you're armed or not.
Because there's military
I mean,
everywhere.
There's military everywhere, and you have rundas on, so y'all don't know the extent of the rundas yet, but no, you don't. They're not worried. You could probably
Okay.
walk in there with a nuke, and they'd be like,
Eh.
"Please, right this way, sir. Would you like some tea?"
They ain't worried.
They're not worried.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Ain't nothing but a thing. All right, so now, as y'all enter, the doors are closed. And now we're going to go back to Doug and Brack. So, well, I can tell you right now that it's going to be about, if we make ourselves scarce through the town, it's going to take about 20 minutes to get to the docks. What are you thinking? Should we? I'm not very good at this, man. I really don't know what to do about.
Well,
I mean, I know where to go, but I mean, I'm not the stealthiest of people, so I mean,
question is,
how
can
do
you
I
swim?
how do I look? Do I look good? I look good?
You look fine.
Do I look like Brack? Do I look like Brack?
Maybe if somebody took a very good look.
Oh, okay, that's about as best we can do. I understand. All right. You did a good job,
But
though.
I have a good question for
I
you.
got
Can you swim?
Thin eyebrows, though. Thin eyebrows. You know what? Can I swim?
Yes.
I can swim. Yes. I mean, I'm not the best, but
How long can you hold your breath?
oh, geez, for a good 5 minutes, I guess.
All right. So I say we go maybe a mile away from the dock, jump into the water, swim to the dock, climb up, and that's how we get there.
Like a
Unnoticed.
bunch of mermaids. Man, that would be fun. Let's try that. I'll do anything, man. We gotta.
Right.
It's gonna take a while, though.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it's
You're
better
all right with
than it's better than being spotted in the.
That's true. Well, I'll tell you what. I know a place where we can where I came in before, where I saw them come up here, so we can definitely take that route again. Oh man, yeah. So we should be all right. We should be all right. I'm just a little nervous, so just bear
Right.
with me. All right. So, whew. All right. So y'all exit out the
Yeah.
doors. Okay.
All right.
As you're walking down the stairs, Clement, you see the same staff that you saw the night before. The young lady that Hadrian took out to see if she was possibly potential wife material. Not so much. Hadrian came back early that night.
Okay.
The taxidermy kind of got her. He's like, we're good. So, she doesn't know who. She recognizes you. She rolls a 16. She kind of looks at your friend and says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see him come in, but I hope y'all have a good day, and I'm just letting you know that we may have to charge for one more extra person if you're gonna have an extra person as you're walking by."
Don't worry, it will be covered. Trust me.
Okay, thank you. How long y'all going to stay? I didn't. I forgot to ask His Highness.
Well, that's up to the Highness, not me. But we will be back.
Wonderful, wonderful. Tell Hadrian I said hi. Okay.
I will do that.
Thank you.
Now you have a nice day, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
And you have a nice day too, ma'am. Brack kind of tries to disguise his own voice a little bit. So,
Brack, you see.
Who? I'm sorry. My name is Timothy.
I'm whispering this to him. Listen, you might as well not speak at all. It might be best.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. I'm really not good at that at all. So, all right, that's a pretty good idea.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So let's. All right.
Great. So how far is it from the hotel to the waterfront?
Well, straight line. It's not very far at all. Like I said, it's probably about 15 minutes.
Okay.
To go through town, take you to the docks, but you're going a roustabout way. So we'll say to get through town, let's go ahead and do some stealth checks.
Okay. Ten.
All right. We'll say, just for the sake of brevity, that you and Brack, we'll say this is for time. Okay.
Okay.
Brack takes you through the town, through the back, the back ways, the alleys and stuff of that nature. Just north of town. You get stopped a few times, but you easily basically just say, "Hey, we're just traveling, trying to get to the docks to go fishing." Brack didn't say anything. But I would say with a 10, he rolled a 14. He has a +2 for stealth, so that's a 16 for him. I'll say he was actually very good at not revealing himself. Okay. Just to make this okay. Now, as soon as you get to the docks, let's say it takes you, by this time, we're going to kind of be going over now. So it took you to go a mile north around everybody and kind of ducking and bobbing and weaving through the town, trying to avoid detection at all. It takes you maybe about, I would say 45 minutes to get a mile north. You get there, and then there is one person by the water. This is a place Brack knows about. It's not a popular fishing hole, but it's a fishing hole. He doesn't. He couldn't have given you any other place to really go. But this person, it's just one older man, maybe in his late 40s, early 50s, sitting there with a pole, and he looks up and sees y'all coming, and he kind of gets up, kind of starts moving over, like getting out of y'all's way. And then as he gets up, he looks up and waves his hand. Hello. Sorry. Let me get out of y'all's way. Y'all seem like y'all are here on a purpose. Y'all got someplace y'all got to be. Brack? Brack, is that you? Brack, you hear Brack go, just keep walking. Just keep walking.
There is no Brack here. This is my friend, Travis.
Oh, Travis. Oh, well,
Who's this Brack you speak of? I've never heard of him.
Well, Brack is, we fished here many times. Brack, are you sure that's not you? Travis? Who's, do you look like Brack to me? He kind of reaches back behind him and puts up a scroll and says, boy, you got a problem. He rolled a natural 20 on his perception.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
So he's like, Brack, I see you're with a friend here that I don't know what you're trying to do, but you better start talking before I send a message to somebody. Okay? I've known you for a few years now, Brack, and this doesn't seem like something you would do, but
I cast Fog Cloud.
Oh, all right. So you see the guy just all of a sudden, just this huge fog cloud bursts. You're doing it on him? Like in his
yeah,
I'm
doing it. Okay. I'm doing it centered on him, and it's 20-foot radius.
All right, perfect. And then Brack grabs you. We gotta go now. Yep. This guy goes, Brack, I can't see you, buddy, but man, I hope you didn't do this, but I may have to tell him that you're here. It's not how I wanted this to go, buddy. So right now you can't see him. You can't do anything. Y'all are running to the. Brack will yell out, "My friend, trust me, it wasn't me. But we're trying to find someone." As y'all are running, he's just yelling back at him.
Okay.
Just give me a couple of days, okay? I promise you. You've seen my friend, so you know what he looks like. Trust me, we're trying to find out what happened to my fiance, okay? Just give me some time. All right, I'm going to roll for Brack for the fisherman. Did an insight check for 10. So we'll say he believes him. He yells back, "You got 2 days, Brack. You got 2 days. I know you, I know your friend. Now when's this daggone fog cloud gonna go away?
I don't
I got
answer
some
and
fishing to
keep
do.
hurting.
So y'all jump in the water.
Yep.
And start swimming off. Going back to the courthouse.
Objection.
It hasn't even started yet.
Overruled. All right. That's a good way to start it. Like, already into it. Objection, Your Honor. So the same gentleman that was yelling out for everyone to come into the courtroom. Doors have closed. Everyone sits down. You can see quite a few people. Some crying. Some kind of mumbling to themselves. Let's see here. What we'll do. Let's see which one might be a good. Nope, that's not it. I'm trying to find a good. Let's do this one here. All right. So as y'all are, as you're in the courtroom, let me kind of visualize this. You can see in front of the judge all the people that y'all have seen as far as the ambushers for the squad. Okay. You see, you don't know the names. You know the names of them, but you know whose name belongs to who. Except for Wilhelm and the kid that y'all have already noticed that was kind of the leader of the group. And I believe his name was... His name was Staff Sergeant Trent Gill. The judge himself, when the speaker comes to the side of the court, kind of like the bailiff, I guess you could say, someone like him, or like a town crier. He yells, 109th Judge Von Reem, presiding. You may all sit down at this time. You see the judge walk in and sit down, and he can basically tells you all to sit down as well. I'm trying to remember everything about court etiquette as possible, as best I can.
Or will make an attempt.
So the judge himself, he's a tall, thin man, very prominent cheekbones, his eyes are very sunk in and very tight-lipped mouth. He has gray hair kept real short, almost militaristic, and parted on the side with you can definitely tell there's a widow's peak going on. Very long, skinny nose, making him look almost like a bird of prey, like an eagle or something. And when he looks directly at you, because he basically scans the entire room, and when he looks at you, he has these squinted and piercing eyes that he almost seems like he sees everything in the room. As soon as he sits down, the seat itself, or the bench itself, is kind of high up, maybe 10 feet high. As soon as he sits down, you see just kind of roll on the floor this golden hue, and you would probably know this, Oren, probably seen this before, just because of your arcana. You see it flow from the bench itself, and almost kind of like veins shooting through the creaks of the boards of the wood, all throughout the entire room. And there's a soft glow, almost like a glow coming from the boards itself underneath the thing of this gold divine energy. Basically what he has done is cast Zone of Truth in the entire room. If you want to resist it, you can. I believe a Zone of Truth is a wisdom save. Is that correct?
so.
Let me make sure here. Zone of the truth. Zone of truth. Charisma saving throw. If you want to resist it.
Can people tell you that you're trying to resist it, or if you fail?
Oh, you don't know. Not you. You're not magic. You have no idea.
That's 20.
Okay.
I cannot tell a lie.
Okay.
I cut down the apple tree.
I'm not nervous either.
Okay, so the criminals, they're actually they continue standing in front of the judge. To the left of them is their defendant, the one that's defending them. Let me see here. I have their name. The defender is Madame Treya Ipko. I will put this in y'all's notes if y'all want to know. She is the defendant defending the ambushers, and then we have prosecuting is Sir Helio Vosh.
On the Voshes.
That might be a question for someone. Maybe later. Maybe. Just some of the Voshes. Anyway.
In Vosh'ra?
I don't see the connection here.
So you see Madame Treya and Sir Helio Vosh both sit down. The judge himself appears he's sitting down, but can't really tell up there. He just he puts his hands up onto the thing, and that's whenever that gold divine energy goes throughout the entire room, and the zone of truth is anyone else roll besides Hadrian?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So let me go ahead and post the zone of truth so y'all know what it is. Excuse me. All right, so you create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range. Till the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn, they must make a blah, blah, blah. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on each saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth. Basically, telling the truth but not the whole truth. So the judge, he looks everybody over, gives a once over to Hadrian, kind of looks over to another person, looks at another, and another. He says, Speaker Yulan, come here, please. You see the gentleman that was like the town crier guy kind of thing. Yes, Your Honor. I need this man. He starts pointing out every one of them. Boom, 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 boom. about 10 people, Hadrian being one. I need all of them to leave the room now, please. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, sir. Looking at you, Hadrian. You're no longer required for your testimony. You may leave the room now, please. You, madam, he basically goes to each person. You're no longer required to be in this courtroom. Thank you.
I'll give the other two kind of a look, and I'll just say, I'll be outside.
All right.
Adrian, what did you do? Why are you going away?
Quiet. So, Hadrian leaves. He looks back like a lost puppy. Doors close once again.
It's okay. I got out of jury duty.
You did.
Right before he walks out, I say, "You're not getting your cut of the gold."
So, Oren and Ip, y'all are both in the courtroom now. The judge stands up and says, "These men and women have been charged with some of the most heinous crimes that we have here in Vosh'ra. The murder of many of its citizens and workers for the simple reason for gold. This is unforgivable, and banishment is the only judgment if accused are guilty. We have many witnesses. We would like to hear them now. If they would like, please step forward. If you have testimony for or against the criminals, the accused. Anyone?
Sad us.
I was going to wait till somebody talked about how good their mother was, and then bring the hammer down. But we can go if you want to.
You know, I heard that the best defense is a good offense, but also heard that the best offense is a good defense. So maybe you should go first.
You can't handle the truth. It will stand up.
It's okay, guys. Eventually, he'll run out of movie court rep.
I don't believe you.
I pull out Vatsa and I listen for a moment, and I say, "Oh, that's a good one. I'll use that later." And I put him back in my bucket.
I swear to God, if Ip says he is the law.
I am the law. This. No, never mind. So I will stand up and walk up. In I guess as far as I'm allowed to. Was there a gate that I have to go through? Do I have to get permission to?
Sure. They open the gate for you as you open up, and the guard, as he opens the gate for you, says, "State your name to the court, please."
My name is Ip Stillwater.
And what is your testimony, sir? For
Adventurers,
or
we got
against?
ourselves a new follower.
Against
yeah.
Your Honor, sir.
Please continue. And he's like,
My
just he's staring at you like, I mean, you have his full attention. It's not disrespect at all. You just know, with your monk training that you've had and the masters that you've gone through, you know that this guy knows his stuff, and he is focused on you, and he's taking in every word that you're saying.
Your Honor, you know I come bearing the truth today as I speak to you about these individuals. I do not know their name. I know that I do not know. I have only seen their faces after pulling off masks of creatures that they were pretending to be. But me and my crew were delivering goods to the salt mine, and these individuals came out, tried to attack us, tried to kill us, and would have killed us if we were not as awesome as we are. And so, as we defeated them one by one, there was one casualty. I That was not my plan, but there was one casualty. But we were able to detain these men caught red-handed in the act of trying to kill us, take our scrolls, take our money, and wait for the next crew to uh, try to come. Not only were they killing the individuals as they would come, but they would also take the wagons into their salt mines, and they would deliver the goods and get the money from the goods themselves. They were working both sides of the system. They were dishonest. I don't know what proof you want other than my word. If there is anything else I can give you, I will absolutely do that. Thank you, yes, sir. And I just back away.
Hold for 1 second, Ip Stillwater. Where are you from exactly?
I am not from this land. My friends and I arrived but 2 days ago from the mainland. And I'll wait till he asks me another deeper question.
Let's think of it this way, Ip Stillwater. From what we know, you and your friends, I know much about this job. It has gone through many unfortunate souls that were not prepared for something like this. Now, thank you for, if it wasn't for you and your group, they would still be killing. We probably would not have known for who knows how many groups that would have died. Brack has survived. He kind of looks down. He looks a bit shaken almost. Well, Brack will be found. And he'll be brought before me as well. But that may be another testimony for another time. Thank you, Ip Stillwater. Enjoy your time here in Vosh'ra. I'm sorry it started in such a heinous way. It's not all bad here. You may go be seated.
Thank you, Your Honor. I go back to still.
As soon as he gets back to Orin, Orin is going to lean over and just whisper in his ear, Should I go testify that Brack is innocent? If this is truly a zone of truth.
Can you?
I cannot prove it. It would just be my testimony.
He said that it was another trial for another day. if you perceive that he is telling us the truth and would like to voice that, you may. I would just
Yeah.
keep. I would just keep quiet.
You might ask me why I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then I give him 2 thumbs up. Good job.
Is there anyone else who would have testimony for or against the accused? Speak now.
I lean over to Orin and I say, I don't think you get paid unless you say something.
Oh, well. I guess I'll step forward then. And I'll step forward.
As soon as you try to get up, Orin, a very familiar person kind of steps up in front of you. Blonde hair, pointy ears. You've seen him. You saw him looking out the window. You saw him looking very perturbed at you in the tavern at the Salty Dog. He kind of looks, of course, everyone looks up at you.
I look down at him.
Yes, you look down at him. He looks up, just kind of. I mean, he just kind of nudges you, like just kind of scoots by you with his shoulder, steps forward, goes to the gate, kind of looks back at you. He goes, the guard, state your name for the court. He looks back at you. Vile Vosh.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. Oh, no.
The court himself. He stands up. This time you see him stand up. Vile Vosh. Let me guess. For the accused. And that's where we're going to take a little break, guys. Well, we're back. I've got some music playing in the background for some reason. Soothing music. Okay, so thank you. We're back. So we're going to have a giveaway. Not like Critical Role or anybody, so no wormwood for anybody. I apologize.
Give away my
Maybe
love and
giveaways
affection.
in the future. Yeah, give away my talent. All right, so where we're gonna start this half will be with Brack and Clement. So Clement, Brack, y'all have been spending quite a bit of time swimming in the surf. You pass many people swimming in the surf as well. I mean, it's you know, shores like this and mornings like this, it's always going to be busy. There's nothing, but y'all pretty much stay well enough away from the shore, to avoid any kind of suspicious, I mean, I'm assuming that y'all stopped and you're not swimming in full armor. And I mean, just common sense would say y'all aren't really doing that. So, we'll say, while you're swimming, do a perception check for me.
Perception. That is a 10.
All right. So, you have trouble trying to find a place to actually get out of the water. You see the docks. I mean, The actual docks itself are, I mean, y'all saw them. It's massive. They're huge, buildings lining along them with huge, geez, what are they called? I forgot what they're called. The huge walk across the piers. Yes, thank you,
Pier.
thank you, Ip Stillwater.
That's
The
it.
piers,
That's what
huge
told me.
piers, ships hanging all around. Brack pretty much tells you, hey, let's not go all the way in. Let's kind of go out here, up here north of the beach, kind of walk in, act like we were just swimming or something like that. How's that sound?
I think that's acceptable.
All right. So, so he gets out. One second. Nobody knows who he is. He puts his clothes back on. You put your clothes back on. We'll say about this time, just to give a time frame of where everybody's at. We'll say for the group, for the trial's already over. Okay, and just in this, just so we're not going off different time strands like end game here. So the y'all, the trial's already over. Of course, y'all don't know that, Brack and them, you and Clement. But it'll say it took you about an hour from the time you left the hotel to get here. It's about an hour. So and you're probably maybe a good quarter mile north of the dock itself, just the beginning part of it. Mm-hmm. So you have a little bit over a little bit over a quarter of a mile to actually go to walk to get to the place, which is, let's see here, the Slippery Eel, which is one of the taverns there on the docks. Good place to talk to people.
Okay.
It's a very popular. There's two spots: the Slippery Eel and the Tricky Spirits.
Okay. So Brack.
Yes.
What do you think about the Slippery Eel? You think anybody might know anything, or?
Well, we can try both places.
All right.
I have a feeling she's going to be hanging around here, waiting for the next boat to get out. So, if she hasn't left already, but we would have already known. That's how you kind of know. Is now I'm not supposed to tell you this, so it's supposed to be quiet, but you leave this island with that runda on your neck, you might as well just jump off in the deepest part of the ocean and sink all the way to the bottom. Because that's what your mind's going to feel like, where you're just in a deep, dark ocean for the rest of your life.
All right, so what you're saying is...
She has to get that thing off her neck somehow.
All right.
And the only way I know is when your contract's up, you have no more jobs, or someone high up gives you citizenship. We would know. I mean, it's not a common thing. We would know if someone left their runda on, left the island. I mean, it's just, they won't know. They won't know their own name. They're going to be in a vegetative state for the rest of their lives. They leave this island with that runda on. That's what it does.
So
it wipes your mind.
So most likely she's still here on the island.
Yes. Or, yeah, she has to be. Or she got that ruined off by somebody high up. When I mean high up, I mean royal bloodline high up.
Understand. Look, honestly, I'm not exactly the best at persuading people, but I guess I'm a pretty good people person. So, what do you say? Me and you go in this here tavern and try to gather some information.
Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do is people are going to know me in there, you know. So perhaps maybe if I could stay up here north of the docks, it's going to be tricky because if someone's working with her in there and you start asking for her, you might get in trouble. I've seen you in action. I know you can handle yourself, but you can't. We don't know how many people are involved with this, you know. So
You're right.
I mean, where are your friends at? They should be done by now. Where's your scroll at?
I'm guessing it's still on me.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take it out and write to Oren.
Okay.
And I'll just simply write, "Where are you right now?"
Did he respond back?
Oren?
He will.
Okay.
Next week.
Next
So,
week. Vosh'ra.
all right. So
Tune in next time to hear Oren say, "Yeah, I'm somewhere, I hope."
So quickly going back to the courtroom. Okay, so the gentleman introduced himself as Vile Vosh. Y'all have seen him many times. Or Hadrian, you've seen him twice. Once out the door, or out the window, standing at the street in front of your hotel, and then at the Salty Dog at Camp Pyre, right? Giving you crap, talking trash, wanting to fight, but y'all squash that real quick. So he steps up, and you hear the prosecutor, Sir Helio, kind of spits in the floor. Vile. What are you doing here, cousin? Vile says, well, you know why I'm here. I'm here for the coin, of course. Sir, what are you talking about, coin? You're a Vosh. You know you don't need coin. Oh, well, yes. Yeah, I just like to get it. I mean, what else am I going to do here? I play with these people. They're like little toys to me. Like little chess pieces. I like to play. Helio just kind of shakes his head and goes, yeah. I'm ashamed to call you cousin. You know? I'm ashamed of it. Yes, I know, Helio. Everyone seems to think that, but whatever. You know how I am. I think these guys are innocent. I think they were oppressed by a system that these people here created. They put their lives on the line for what? A couple of pieces of coin? That's it. I'm trying to give them something else better. I want to give them citizenship. Everyone's like, whoa, what? You know, you can tell whenever they said that, there's like, this is not something that's normal. Because a Vosh can give citizenship. Anyone of the royal blood can give citizenship to anybody. Almost like a pardon, I guess you could say. And Judge Vaughn, he looks down and says, whoa, hold on. This is not something that you can do. These are crimes that surpass your authority. Murder is one of the top capital crimes of Vosh'ra. We would need, should I say, the Supreme Lord's ruling on this. Not yours. You have no say in this matter. He kind of looks up at the judge and says, well, maybe not. But you're not going to do anything with these people because I am going to take them under my wing, treat them right, and perhaps maybe they'll be citizens, maybe not. I don't really know. But those rundas stay on, if we all agree. The judge holds up his hand and says, I know you're speaking the truth, Val. But I'm not going to have it. Royal Guard, take the criminals back to their cells. Val Vosh, follow me to my chambers. Madam Treya, Sir Helio, please follow me as well. Speaker, please release all these witnesses. I think we've had enough. All rise. Everyone stands up. Please exit. Thank you for your testimonies. This trial is over. Honorable Judge Vaughn, 109th, presiding. And you're all ushered out by the Royal Guard. Hadrian, he comes out. You have no idea what's happened. It was almost like you couldn't even hear mumbling coming from that room whenever you're outside. You start seeing people exiting. Eventually, you see Ip and Oren come out.
I'm fuming. I'm mad.
So, what happened?
Oh, that guy, that awful jerk guy, he keeps on showing up. And the guy that tried to fight me stole. Yeah, he showed up, and apparently he's some kind of a big wig around here. And then the trial ended. He tried to give them citizenship, and the judge wasn't going to have it.
I didn't say anything when it happened, but I did see him outside the window last night. I looked out and he was down there on the street staring up at our window. And when I looked back and looked again, he was gone.
Was that you or is that Oren?
That was me, I'm pretty sure.
I'm talking to Oren.
think it was
I'm
five
pretty
minutes.
sure
I
I'm the
think
one that
Oren was the one that saw
I
him,
told
not
you about
Adrian.
this.
No,
Hadrian. Hadrian, are you talking about the camp?
Oh, yeah.
You saw him
sorry.
at the camp. Oren
Okay.
saw him
Okay,
at the hotel.
Thank you, man. You had me even. Was that me? I couldn't remember for a second there.
roll a
Continue.
deception
Sorry.
check.
Inside check.
There's all these mysterious people everywhere. I'm losing track.
Zone of truth, man. He made the save. He didn't have to tell you the truth.
Oh, at least we know his name now.
I saw it.
At least we
No,
know
it
his
wasn't
name.
me. I did it.
Yeah, who names their kid Vile? Must be a nickname. I want to kick his butt when I see him again.
I will help you. He called us chest pieces.
Don't even know what those are. Just know they're probably bad.
I don't know, but it sounded like an insult to me.
We
Right.
should
You heard from Clement yet?
I'll take out the scroll. No, don't think so. Should
we'll say about this time. Clement, or did you do Ip?
No, I did Oren.
Oren. About this time, Oren, you start seeing writing.
Oh. Ooh. What to say?
Where are you now?
Outside of the seats, also known as the fancy courthouse.
Draw a smiley face. He likes
Oh,
that. It makes him
smiley
happy.
face. Clement Cray.
All right. Come to the edge of the docks near the, what was the tavern name?
Slippery Eel.
The Slippery Eel. But all right.
Sounds inviting, smiley face.
P.S. P.S. Ask him if the slippery eel has crab cakes.
P.S. Does the slippery eel have crab cakes? Hadrian wants to know for some reason. Smiley face again. Clement Cray.
Question mark smiley face.
Draw,
Like,
draw a serious face. That's it.
Okay, so that's
2 for me.
3 messages for. So you're done today, Clement. With your 3 messages.
Yep.
That's 2 for you, Oren. Cutting back to Clement. How many hit points do you have, Clement?
That's a good question. 17.
Okay. I want you to do a perception check for me.
Perception. Okay. $22.
22. Okay. So here's what happens. As Brack tells you that he's going to stay out here up north of the docks, while you go in there and see what information you can get about this lady. You look, the way you're positioned is your back is against the forest. Brack is facing you with his back to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You easily hear running up from the sand towards you. You look behind you and you see 2 people. One with the club. Looks like a warhammer. Another one with looks like a mace. Each one of them hit you, doing 19 damage.
Oh, I'm unconscious.
Knocking you unconscious. And that's where we'll leave tonight.
Oh, jeez.
Alrighty.
What is Clement's total health, I wonder?
17 HP.
Oh my god.
So you dead?
No.
Oh no,
No.
it's double.
No,
Sorry,
yeah,
okay.
it's not each. It's
Yeah.
not each.
Yeah, all right.
It would be death throws.
Well, let me start rolling death throws.
Not yet.
No, they clubs.
Natural
Not
one.
yet. Whatever.
Go ahead and me think of your next character for next week.
Your next character, dog.
Brack ain't gonna help.
So, guys, I need y'all to. He's giving y'all information. He's giving you exactly where he's at, where he's going to be. Remember that.
Plug it
Code
into the
that to
GPS. Let's go.
Does our scrolls have a GPS in there too? Yeah, like I put like a little. If I get his scroll, or like I put my scroll,
Yeah,
does my scroll come with a tracker? Can I give it to him and then?
That's level 2 scrolls
Oh,
with trackers.
of course.
You
Level 2
cast
scroll.
locate object. That's what it is. You cast locate object with it. Let's just make that the most powerful thing in the entire campaign is the scroll.
Are they more powerful than a bag of holding?
Power word kill. Or
The
power
power
word
of
kill.
communication.
Yeah.
But you can't make a phone call. That's the
Cannot make a phone.
It cannot do.
Super powerful pager, man.
It's
Who makes phone calls anymore? People that look for
It's
jobs.
a super powerful pager, exactly. All right, guys. It's 10:30 my time, so didn't want to go too late.
11:30 bros.
Alrighty.
Good night.
Okay, and we will meet up tomorrow. No, tomorrow. We'll meet up next Friday. Everyone's gonna be good next Friday.
Yes.
Very
Yes,
good.
should
So,
be.
Bring your boys.
Thank you all for joining us. I'll be posting this on YouTube, and so y'all can watch it to y'all's delight. And please hit that subscribe, follow, whatever buttons or whatever they have nowadays. I'm not really sure anymore. So just hit all the buttons to, and hopefully we can get to 50 followers so we can get subscribers. That'd be great. That'd be great. So we're so close. We're at 48. So, but shout out to Hawkeye. He's been a stout follower for years with me. So he's been waiting a long time for. He's in chat now. So if anybody wants to say hi to Hawkeye, he's been a stout follower for a devout follower for many moons. So. I'm pretty sure Titus knows about him too. So, but so yeah, spread the word, and every Friday night we'll be broadcasting this and enjoying this brand new campaign of Vosh'ra. So, good night. We'll see y'all later.
Later. Good night.
Alrighty.